Oh, wow. So, like, matches are going to be, like, really crazy and hard now, right? Healing and gen speeds are going to be, like, at least 2 or 3 times as fast. Gens are going to take 40 seconds or less. That, whew. Sheesh. Well, I guess we can rest easy knowing at least it'll be Killswitched. Mail from Mr. Headache. It's you, right? Oh, yeah, that's me. Oh, thank you. Let's see. What is this all about? Hi guys, Bran here, and welcome to another commentary video. I did not think I'd be making another one of these so soon after the other one. Usually I space these out a lot more these days. Usually I only do, like, you know, 1 or 2 a month. Definitely have a lot of fun making xenomorph content and doing that, so I make a lot of that too. But as you guys definitely know by now, a lot of stuff came out about the Streetwise bug today and how it is not going to be Killswitch despite how powerful it is. This is obviously just really puzzling, very frustrating, and that's putting it mildly. I have been so tired lately, and I'm sure a lot of us are tired with the bugs, with the state of the game balance wise. A lot of us are very exhausted and very fed up. A lot of people are quitting the game outright, taking long breaks, not streaming it anymore, not making YouTube content for it anymore. So for this to come down is kind of just like the icing on the crap cake. It is just something. I know for me personally, outside of stream, I've been having a lot of weird stuff with like family health and stuff like that, so I just don't have the energy for something like this to just kind of like double whammy down on this, but here we are, so might as well make a video about it. I think very interestingly, this situation is very hauntingly similar to a lot of reasons that the Killswitch has been used in recent memory that we are going to go over. So the fact that for some reason Streetwise is getting a pass on this throws everything even more into question. So yeah, without any more rambling, let's go ahead and get into it. First off, I want to say very clearly and very starkly, the state of the game and ongoing issues is not worth personally harassing the devs over. I follow Jocelyn because she's the person that I work with for all the xenomorph stuff on behaviors end of things, and to see her privating her Twitter account just because of the harassment she got over her statements is honestly really depressing, and this community can do better. As frustrating, as angering as the game continues to be, let's remember that it's just a game, so real life insults, threats, everything else to that extent aren't an acceptable response to this matter. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the Streetwise bug. If you're somehow not aware of what the Streetwise bug is, Streetwise was recently reworked to be every time you retrieve an item from a chest, it boosts the charges by 80. However, what people have found is that you can manipulate this by picking up and dropping the item out of the chest to give it 80 charges over and over and over and over and over and over again, essentially giving you infinite charges. This becomes especially devastating when people use Streetwise on toolboxes or medkits, speeding through heals and generators at max speed. However, despite this incredibly easy to achieve and powerful advantage, BHVR's current stance is that because it doesn't actually crash the game or complete the trial from completing, it's fine and should not be Killswitched. Which is now where we get to talk about why this is strange, because BHVR has Killswitched many things like this in the past, but it refuses to do so on this one, very oddly. Firstly, very recently, we had Nemesis had a bug like this with Play With Your Food. Play With Your Food, if you don't know, is a perk that gives you haste every single time you leave Chase with the Obsession up to a stackable 3, giving you a total of 15% haste. You're supposed to lose these tokens every single time you attempt to attack the survivor, regardless of if it hits or not, so there's kind of a reasonable balance and downside to using this perk. For some reason, Nemesis was having it to where he could not lose stacks no matter how many times he attacked or what he did, so Nemesis was just running down survivors as a speed machine and was Killswitched as a result. And this was done, why? Because he was cheesing easy victories doing it, because A, it was easy, and B, it definitely made extremely lopsided matches that were miserable for the other side. Gee, that sounds a little familiar, now doesn't it? But wait, there's more. We have another example of this with Houndmaster during the winter event. If you didn't know, Houndmaster during the winter event had a way she could put on 150% speed on her permanently. Yeah, it was great. It involved a convoluted method of getting a placeable snowman, sending snug the dog out in the Hound Sense mode where, you know, it grants the haste, hopping in the placeable snowman, and then when the dog comes back, you pop out. But this gave you that 150% speed nonstop for the rest of the match. So kind of very similar to, though to a much lesser extent, to the Nemesis bug. Houndmaster was just running people down literally at actual Mach speed, just easily blowing through her matches and creating very, very miserable experiences, especially during the winter event where things are supposed to be happy. There was quite literally nothing you could do against this. It was awful, so they kill switched Houndmaster in the event mode. Gee, doesn't this sound familiar to yet another thing that we've been talking about this entire video? What is the reason that Streetwise is being treated completely differently? That I'm not sure of. I don't have an answer for you on that one. I really don't. One of the other messages that was posted today in the DB server is that the kill switch would need to be used for many things at this moment that are causing similar lopsided advantages. One of these I assume is Blood Rush, because if you didn't know, Blood Rush also has a bug right now where despite the fact that there is a way to actively restore your exhaustion, it is also just for some reason passively restoring your exhaustion as well. So that's fantastic. To me personally, I wouldn't read this as something that would be a bad thing. I would say this is a good thing. Let's kill switch all these things that are making the game extremely lopsided. If there are a lot of things needing to be kill switch, let's just, I don't know, kill switch them, make the game better. I know the optics on the company's side are really bad if you hop into your game and a lot of things are kill switched, but let's be real, public relations and reputation for behavior right now are already about as low as they can get. If anything, I think they could save a lot of face by actually pulling the switch, the kill switch, on all these things that are making the game miserable right now until they are fixed. This way we can actually have fun matches, or as fun as we can be, until the bug fixes arrive. I think that would make sense. And obviously there's a side of this that we don't know. Is the kill switch buggy right now? We already have the game, the meatpacking plant map Killswitch, since that was crashing games as well. Is it possible the Killswitch is bug right now? Can't Killswitch a lot of things at the same time. Is there some sort of internal memo that only so many things can be Killswitched at the same time? I'm not sure, honestly. And that's kind of unfortunately a Schrodinger situation where we don't know if it does exist or we don't know if it doesn't. It could be, it couldn't be, but it's something to consider looking at from the outside, is that there might be some technical or hierarchical reason that the Killswitch is not being used in the manner that it is. Or the manner that it should be, rather. Listen, man, I know personally for me, the Streetwise bug is happening about every 3 games or so. Sometimes I'll not see it for a bit and then a bunch all at once, or it'll be spread out. But most times but all the days I've hopped on Dead by Daylight since this bug has been a thing, I've been seeing it multiple times a day. It's kind of funny. I talked about this on stream today. But the same way that I kind of suss out soft hackers is like when I realize a game is going too quickly. And that's also the same way I'm kind of realizing when the Streetwise bug is being used. Like, I'll say to myself, my chases aren't long, and I'm pressuring my generators, so why are gens still flying? Something seems off here. And then I go to the end game screen and boom, Streetwise, which is the same way I would catch a lot of people soft cheating. I'd be like, oh, I'm not having long chases, I'm pressuring the gens, why are they still going so fast? I'll never forget the one game I had recently. I was playing Singularity on Fractured Cowshed, and I had the exact same thing, having quick chases, pressuring my gens. I was like, man, do I just suck? Why are the gens going fast? And then I went to pick up the Claudette in the middle of the map, nowhere near an exit gate, and she just escaped. And I was like, oh, she was cheating. But Streetwise is giving me that exact same reaction. And once again, I am calling it out 9 times out of 10. Whenever that happens, I'm like, oh, gens going fast, Streetwise. It is absolutely affecting my games. It's funny too, because they're actively running coins. They're running full perk dedicated builds to this. People are going all in on abusing this bug. I even had somebody tell me in the in-game chat today that I deserve to have the Streetwise bug happen to me because I tunneled, which I did in that match, by the way, but everything's tunneling these days. So there you go. So people, the point being is that people are actively weaponizing this exploit just because they feel justified in doing so. Furthermore, if you don't think it's being used a lot at the moment, it definitely will be now. BHVR now has unfortunately, in a sense, given the green light. Not to hit you with some social studies mid-video, but I used to be a social studies teacher, so here we go. There are de jure laws and there are de facto laws. The difference being is that de jure law is used to define what a law literally says and what we should abide by based on what it says, specifically in the text of the law. De facto is how a law is enforced or not enforced out in practice in actual society. So here's the deal. You set a de jure stance of saying that you don't encourage people to abuse this exploit, which of course you do, right? But you have unfortunately set a de facto stance of encouraging people to use it since you didn't take a hard enough stance against it. This means now people will be out in droves abusing the bug because they know even to you it's not as big of a deal as it should be. So why should I treat it as big of a deal as it should be? I had somebody in my chat today saying that I am actively going to go out and abuse the Streetwise bug because you guys didn't kill switch it. They admitted it in my chat. I tried to tell them not to. I tried to dissuade them from that, but you encouraged that behavior. No pun intended. You created that attitude in that person because there was a hard stance you needed to take here and you didn't. So de jure wise, yeah, of course you're telling people not to, but de facto wise, you've given them the green light and they're going to go do it. They're going to do it way more than they were before. Honestly, that's just how the de jure de facto thing works. You say one thing, but how you enforce it is how people will then react accordingly. That's just how the world works. So I am not excited to be a killer player in the coming weeks. Hopefully a hot fix for this comes soon, because otherwise games are going to be even more miserable than they already are now. And given the state of the rest of the bugs and the balance, we're kind of already there. This will put us from 0 to -1. Was that a Godzilla reference? Yeah, I just wanted something nice for myself in this very sad video to look forward to. There's your Godzilla -1 reference. There you go. But yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have some very passionate feelings about Streetwise not being kill switched, as it should, despite how game changing it is. But I want to remind you guys again, please let me know how you feel without personally insulting the devs. I would really appreciate you not making it personal at this state. It does not help anything, and it's very unbecoming, and nobody deserves personal harassment or attacks over a video game at the end of the day. Other than that, hey, at least this video was hopefully a little bit entertaining, made your day a little bit better. If it didn't, I'll try to make your day better in the next video. And if I don't see you there, I'll see you when I see you, friends. Goodbye.